Happy birthday, Taurus. Welcome to your May 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. Just grabbing the runes here. We'll get these laid out on the cloth here. See what's coming up for you guys in May. Of course, I do always recommend that you watch the video for your rising sign as well. That can give you some more information about other issues and areas that may be lit up for you in May. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. It is $65 for a 30-minute session. Drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video in the details section if you want to book an appointment on Skype. If you are on a cell phone or a mobile device, just tap the little arrow beneath this video and that will open up the details section so that you can email me. Also, just a reminder, I will be doing another online rune class. This one is going to be June 1st through July 10th. So if you would like to learn about the runes and how to use them in divination, you can sign up for that. It's $185 for the 6-week course. It's all online, but you will need to sign up by May 28th. That is the deadline, and full payment is due by May 28th as well. So drop me a line if you want to sign up for that. But Taurus, let's see what is going on for you in the month of May. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Well, some of you may be learning something new. You may be considering going back to school, and some of you may be trying to finish up and graduate. Those of you who are younger, or if you have gone back to college later in life, you may be scrambling, working on exams, studying for exams in May. But yeah, a lot of you may be finishing up this phase of your life and getting ready to move on into something new, which is really exciting. But it can be stressful, of course. You know, you may feel like you're juggling too much, and it may all feel a little out of control. You know, but I do see that for most of you, you're going to do very well as long as you put in the effort, you know, and make the time to study, especially for those areas where you feel vulnerable, or those classes where you feel like you're not quite grasping what's going on here, or the subject matter. You may need to get some help, or a tutor, or something to help you with that one class. But if you do that and take those steps, then I do see that you will, you know, most of you will be happy to move on from this. Mostly I just see you guys, you know, you're just ready. You're so done with this. You're so done and ready to move on from this. Some of you may be, with Onsu's here, which is the rune of communication in the upright, you may be getting advice from someone about how to move on or move into a new phase of life, whether this is there's an ending associated with this, but again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad ending, but it could be the end of a relationship, it could be the end of a phase in life and getting to move into a new one. Maybe you're becoming a parent. Maybe some of you have kids that are graduating from college or going to college this fall, and you're kind of trying to prepare for that. But for the most part, for most of you, it seems like this is a new experience. And maybe the change, you are a fixed sign Taurus, so maybe it's this change that's kind of making you feel a little bit, you know, it's something you don't have control over. So fixed signs, when you're not in control of a situation, which happens pretty much daily in life, you know, you can feel a little bit scared or apprehensive about it. But I mean, I don't see this for most of you being a serious thing. It's just a transition, it's change, and we don't always deal with change well. But don't let that kind of color your hopes for the future. I mean, this can be a positive change, even if it isn't involving letting go of something or someone or a situation that you were in for a long time or involved with in a long time. I do feel like you will be getting advice from those around you that can be quite helpful. You do seem to have support or help from someone. Some of you may be getting online support. They're showing me that. Some of you may be, so maybe this is a loss. Maybe you're grieving, you know, either maybe the loss of someone, either through the end of a relationship or even, you know, a physical loss, a death or something, and you are. And it doesn't always have to be the death of a person. Perhaps it's the death of a pet or you know, someone or an animal that you loved very dearly. And so some of you may be going and seeking kind of a group online for grieving, or with just to look at other people's experiences, letting go and moving on from a similar situation. So help that's going to be available to you in May. Let's see what we've got coming up in that situation. Oh, and by the way, for the focus of this month, you have the Magician as far as the tarot card here, in the reverse here. But the help that's going to be available to you is that if this was the end of a relationship, this is definitely to your benefit, because with the Ace of Cups in reverse, that means that, you know what, it was time, it was past time to let go of this situation. You know, but also what I'm seeing is that in May, anything that seems like an emotional disappointment is actually for the better. So anything you have to let go of, or anything that you have to deal with, or have to kind of go with the flow as far as changes, it's going to be good. It's good. It's leading to a good place. It's leading to the, but you know, for new things to come in, we often have to let go of old things, and we can just be attached to that, whether it's good for us or not. And so it's just the change of the situation that may be a little bit stressful for you. Now, some of you, this may have something to do with delay or frustration around an estate. So again, going back to maybe some of you who have lost a loved one, if you're dealing with estate issues or property issues. Those of you who are looking for a new home, or looking to move, looking for expanding your property, or purchasing or selling property in May, anything that's a disappointment, like if if you're getting offers that are too low, you're trying to sell a house, or you're trying to sell a property, that's okay. You should hold out. Don't take something that's not, if you hold out for the right price, you will get it. But, you may just be getting some low offers in May, but you will eventually get the right offer for the property. And if you're looking, if anything that falls through, maybe if you look and you find a house that you really love, but for whatever reason you don't end up getting that, the deal falls through, it's because something even more perfect's coming along. So yeah, I feel like in May, they're saying don't get too attached to outcomes, don't get too attached to anything, because it seems like the right thing may be coming in June, specifically if you're looking for a new person to date, a new relationship, a new property. Anything that falls through is actually because there's something even better coming along, something that's going to fit the bill even better coming along. In May, Taurus, a lot of you, especially those of you who are maybe just coming out of a relationship, or you may be spending some time alone, and for a lot of you, because with the Hermit card, that can mean kind of going internal. It can mean being maybe a little less social than you normally are. And Taurus, you guys can be home buddies anyway. You could really kind of like to be on your own and have your own space. Even if other people live in your home, you kind of have to have your own little area where you can go and have your privacy. So some of you may be going inward. This can also, the Hermit card talks about spiritual enlightenment, or searching for answers through spirituality. So that may be going back to this. You're searching online for people who have found answers in a spiritual way, or you may be investigating a spiritual path to kind of, help you deal with change, or deal with certain situations that you may be going through in May. Again, it's different for all of you. But yeah, there's definitely, with Weird and Wunyo here, it's actually, again, this is definitely going to be a joyful change for the better, even though for whatever reason you may not see it in May. So yeah, try not to make any snap decisions. We do have a Mercury retrograde beginning, I believe it's the last 2 weeks of May. So yeah, and that's, usually a good time to kind of reflect and just think about where you've been, where you're going, and kind of just assess things. Because I don't think you're gonna have a clear view of it in May. Things may seem like disappointments when really they're not. And those of you looking for a relationship, you single Taurus, I do think you should get out and about, but what they're saying is that, it may not be in May that you meet the right person. but you may meet the person that you're going to meet this person through, if that makes sense. Or you may find you may join the website online where you're eventually going to meet this person. It may happen in June though, or June or July instead of in May. For those of you who are looking for someone to, have that soul connection with, something that's a little deeper. If you're looking to just casually date, I feel like there will be opportunities all over the place for that in May. But if you're looking for something more serious, which Taurus you usually are, because again, you're a fixed sign, you like stability, you're usually looking for something long-term, usually, not always. But just saying, you may find that the pickings are a little slim in May for something more serious, but maybe you should just kind of let loose and have a little bit of fun. Definitely on your birthday, do so. Because I do think you are making connections or meeting people that are eventually going to lead you to this person. Those of you who are single. Those of you in relationships, it could be a bit of a difficult month. Just in the sense that you may have to let go of an outcome or an expectation. It could be these property issues that you maybe, you're disagreeing on selling a property, or you're disagreeing on like what neighborhood you want to live in, or disagreeing on, if you're looking for a house, disagreeing on, well, I like this one, well, I like this one. It may be kind of difficult to reconcile this. Again, what they were saying still applies, hold off, because you will find something that fits the bill for both of you. So, what can't be changed is that, there may be something, again, that happens that you feel is unfair, Taurus, but again, it's you don't have all the information, you don't have all the details. Because we do have the Justice card coming up in the reverse for what can't be changed, along with Yara, which is the rune of legalities, pretty much the Justice rune, and Need, Merkstave in the reverse here. So it's kind of like delays and frustrations around legal issues, anything dealing with bureaucracy, again, selling property, contracts, anything like that. So this is really speaking to me as kind of the Mercury retrograde feeling. Definitely, as you know, probably if you watch these videos regularly or watch the astrology videos, especially on YouTube, Mercury retrograde, not the best time to sell or buy property. So these delays are actually going to work to your benefit, because contracts that are signed during a Mercury retrograde don't tend to last, or they tend to fall through. So, of course you can't stop life. I'm not, if you find a property you love, absolutely you should move on that. But, just saying, you may find out some things that you didn't know with Mercury retrograde. So if you can put off that until after Mercury goes direct, that's fine. If you can't, you can't, life goes on. But what I'm seeing is just frustration and delays. If you do sell a property, then you're trying to coordinate, okay, we need to be out of here, but our new place won't be ready. There may be stuff with the scheduling as far as the move out, move in date. And no amount of frustration or worry or you trying to push things forward is going to work, and that could be very frustrating in May. So, yeah, if you're wanting something to move quickly in May, not going to happen with a Mercury retrograde, Taurus, I'm sorry to tell you. So if you can just kind of prepare for that now, that's why you watch these videos. That's why I share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you can be prepared to just, okay, we're going to have to hold our horses in May. But just know that everything will be moving forward again. And when it does, it will be in a very positive way. I feel like a lot of you are going to have a choice between either several different people with the Lover's card reversed, or several different properties. Whatever decision you're making, you will have to choose between two or more options, probably two options though. But you're going to be in the right place at the right time, because you have Thurasas here and Urus. So, you are going to be going after a goal in May, Taurus, whether it's a new relationship, whether it is a new property, whether it's graduating, whether it's you're thinking about going back to school in the fall, a spiritual path, or maybe moving through the grief process. Whatever this is, you are very determined, and actually this rune is associated with Taurus. So yeah, whatever this is, you are very determined. You're going after it. You're not going to let anything stand in your way. Any delays that do get in your way, you are gonna, you know, be ripping through them as quickly as you can. There just may be some frustration in that you can't move through things as quickly as you would like in May due to Mercury retrograde. But again, you're going to be in the right place at the right time. And for a lot of you, especially you single Taurians, that's going back to this as far as maybe meeting someone new, you're going to be positioning yourself in May to, you know, have those right connections, to, again, be in a fortuitous place to either just run into someone or meet someone through a person that you may meet in May. So things are lining up if you're looking for love. Also, if you're looking to move or looking for property or looking for some sort of new investment to make. Finances look good. I just see that things, you know, I don't see any huge change in that for most of you. Some of you may be going on a job interview, because Ansus can also be the job interview card. But again, there may be a bit of a slowdown. It may be a long process, or there may be a bit of a delay before you hear back. I would probably just accept that you may not hear back until June if you got the job, and you may be needing to look to other opportunities. But with these runes here at the end, Taurus, what it tells me is no matter what your goal is, whether it's emotional or you know, more financial or property related or spiritual related, you are not going to let anything get in your way. You are going to move through obstacles as quickly as possible. There may just be some, you know, frustrating delays, but it's nothing huge. It's, you know, the usual Mercury retrograde stuff. But what the message is that you will have not only one opportunity, but two, at least two. And the difficulty may be coming in choosing between those options, but it's always better to have options. It's always better to have more options than none at all. So, that's really the only difficulty I see. Enjoy your birthday, Taurus, in May. Definitely slow down with the Hermit card here if you can. Take a little break, get a little rest. Definitely do that. Go to your private little room. And I think you're going to be doing something there. You'll be able to recharge your batteries. You'll definitely be doing something that brings joy. And just know that anything that is, any slowdowns or things that fall through in May are because something even better is coming in, and they don't want you to take this, because then you either wouldn't hear about this other opportunity or this other property or meet this other person, because you wouldn't be looking anymore, or it just wouldn't, you know, you for whatever reason, it wouldn't be on the agenda for you if you settled for something else. So keep that in mind, Taurus. Good luck. Happy birthday again, and I will see you back here in June.